To get this party started right, here is Bruce Buffer.
6 feet tall, weighing in at 155 and 125 wins, 6 losses, 1 no contest. He stands at 56 pounds, fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, former interim UFC lightweight champion, and Dustin the Diamond.
Follow my instructions. We're gonna keep it clean. Touch gloves, let's do it.
A whole lot like it in all of professional sports. Dan Hooker, the underdog tonight against the minus 240 favorite, Dustin Poirier. This fight clock is brought to you by Toyo Tires. They switch stances. He is in gray.
Good kick to the body right off the bat. Yeah. There's that knee. Just threw it out there. Just let
Poirier acknowledged that right knee as Hooker's best weapon with us on Thursday.
Left hand is a very dangerous weapon of Dan Hooker, taking multiple guys out with that. Double careful. But Poirier is one of those guys, always does his homework. He knows what he's in for.
The outside leg of Poirier early, always circling left. Then when he decides to go right, he throws the teep. Great left hand by Poirier there. But Hooker is setting things up by throwing other stuff.
Calf kicks as well. They're one of his good weapons. That left hook found the home.
Pretty invasive hip surgery after the Khabib fight last year. They had to microfracture his after the 9-month layoff coming in tonight.
Hooker's looking so smooth.
Crazy to think of all the featherweight success for these two guys, given how big.
Poirier says it's all good.
Yeah, that's what the cup's for. First round, you don't want to take a break.
Ha! Did you hear that? Poirier said, listen to Bisping.
See, that's hooks. Those hooks are landing for Hooker, and he's good at throwing those backwards as well. To move backwards with that check hook.
Nice kick to the body from Dustin after Hooker had attacked that.
It's just a nice read to transition to that left hook. That's how you got to beat a southpaw. You lead with the hook.
Got the double underhooks, got the body lock to try and get it down to the floor. Eye the movement of Dan Hooker and then go to work with his own shots in the boxing range.
Poirier would be trying to work him to the fence and potentially get him down. Able to.
Adesanya. Everyone says, oh, Adesanya, just a kickboxer, easy to take him down. His takedown. Oh, good kick.
And Poirier. Edson Barboza, the only man to beat Dan Hooker on this.
Awesome body kick, and then he follows it up.
Look at that great work. Separates the grip, gets the tight.
Ooh.
Hooker's on the pressure.
Nice stick and move by Poirier.
Now
Hooker connects again.
This is fun.
He's in that pocket to mix it up. Nice
Poirier.
job by Hooker making those adjustments.
Poirier was so calm, right? He landed a good shot. Yeah.
Fighting like a guy who's been in out.
Body work's adding up for Hooker. He keeps throwing hooks to the body on Poirier. Poirier's
hands looking fast early tonight. Hooker keeping. Great start to a great fight. We're back in 30 seconds.
Nice. I like how he keeps kicking out that inside leg, because that takes
as well. That Hooker's throwing. He's getting clipped
huge
here.
shots landing.
These are big shots.
Hooker now. Back up. Go.
They're both ready to just get it all out. Nice.
Look at this.
He's got his feet perpendicular or parallel with the fence so he can defend.
Look at that.
Nice instincts there by Poirier.
Yeah, so creative, you know. He's like, okay, all right.
Oh, so Hooker's going to want to move. There it is. That's what he's got to do to get out. Move that left leg.
It's part of that exchange out of Poirier. Nice knee from Hooker.
Wow.
I mean, come on.
Booth fight. Pissing underhooks by Hooker here. Jacks him up, turns it.
From a knee. So he gets a little toe bone.
A little reset there from Poirier.
Yeah, this is a crazy pace that they're keeping right now. I mean, they're not even too.
Can they keep it up for 18
as we
minutes?
said on the way in, right, when it's at range like this is, you know, technically brawl, that's when he's having success.
And what I love is that every continue to come forward and pour on the pressure, Poirier. You just eat Hooker two by Hooker there.
Both guys landing power shots largely at will, both landing at a...
And I'm not surprised because they're throwing with 100% effort with every shot. Look.
Nice lead elbow there.
Guys have completely thrown caution to the wind, and they're just firing on each other and not really playing safe at all.
Nice body kick, 3 good punches for Dustin. And then they switch positions.
Both guys trying to take his head up.
Both guys are bleeding from the out. Stay in boxing range with Hooker this long, right? I mean, look how much he's adding up the punches. Getting in.
Despite Dustin's taking over, and then right when I say that, here's Hooker firing back. Good body shot there. Came away. He gets a little reckless, and he's got to be careful because he'll walk onto a giant knee.
He's so good. We saw him landing on Gilbert Burns. And look at the shin of Poirier from eating that calf kick. All Hooker throws it. Nice. So
Please. I mean, how Dustin stayed on his feet is beyond me.
The Poirier didn't have to keep eating those shots. That was a nice takedown attempt there, just to get some time. Gosh.
Look at this.
Decent memory.
Yeah,
Good
but
point.
every fight I see when it's good, I'm like, this is the best fight I've ever seen.
So that is
Yeah, that's a long time, especially the way these guys are fighting. They can't
finish.
beautifully done to the body by Poirier.
1-2. I mean, just missed that right hand.
Yeah, the right hook just missed.
Nice counter.
Hooker thought this fight might happen mid-May. Was happy to have the extra time here to prepare for a late.
To breathe hard. It looks like Hooker's slowing down a little bit, which is understandable. This has been
almost inhuman to not slow down a little after those first 2 rounds, for sure. But they're looking like that. Oh, when he fires, he lands.
Yeah, no, of course, when you're getting beaten up, you're a runner. They time you to run 400 meters, it takes a certain time, then beat the crap out.
And Justin Gaethje chime in recently, just alluding to the championship hunger, right? This fight is
the next contender, right? Because you've got Justin Gaethje, you're going to fight Khabib, and then at the top,
he's sucking it in tighter and tighter.
It's tight.
That's in there. That is tight. It looks like he might have this.
Look at this.
Slides out.
Triangle attempt.
Oh, he was so close. Poirier's got that overhook on
Triangle or a Kimura. It's the triangle that he's looking for, trying to get the leg past the arm.
Coming, gets his right arm out of there. Just take away that option. Poirier goes to the other side.
Submission attempt against Khabib Nurmagomedov last September that was fairly close.
Elbows, and he's not just sitting here waiting. He's trying to create something from the bottom, Poirier.
No, he's being very aggressive, and then if you don't get it, time to get up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because if this is a close round.
Then how about the smarts of Hooker to go for the takedown? These guys were trading back and forth. Let's take that away. Let me get on, and that's a smart move by Hooker here to fight like this.
I think that was Dustin just said, what's the time? Oh, he's trying to look for the neck again.
He's digging for it. That might give him some space to stand up.
Time knee there by Hooker on the way up. Short shot lands for Dustin.
And that's what you always talked about, using his...
Unbelievable fight as we come down the stretch in round 3. That will relate to the heart, the physical, and mental toughness.
I mean, Dan Hooker's taken some...
I think you got to go to the body on these guys. What's the hope of going to the head anymore? I mean, they're just...
In the can, main event rounds. Dan Hooker, as we show you the graphic there. 67% clip. I mentioned Eugene Behrman. He don't want to be hurt in that corner, right? Keeps everything close to the vest. More.
Yeah, that's right. And certainly now in round 4, when you're beaten, you're tired, lose the discipline, to lose the focus and just start brawling and swinging. It's like, no, hold on.
Beautiful counter with his jab.
Oh, beautiful job.
Pressure going. Nice takedown by Hooker there. That was a good decision there.
Very good. But of course, as we see, Hooker's like, I don't care if you're back on your feet. I'm still going to go for it.
Right leg towards the fence. Twists. Try to get. Goes for a switch here.
Poirier needs those bursts defensively. They are there for him. Coming up on 3 minutes to go, round 4.
Stood up, go for a takedown.
And we're seeing, it's okay. We're seeing Poirier going for... And now he's going back to try to even the score on those takedowns.
And not much resistance there from Hooker.
Allow Poirier to put him on his back. He's trying to get him down flat on his back as a kick up his back because Poirier has mounted him now.
Poirier wants to kill.
Hooker's going to give up his back here. He's got to be careful. Look at this.
Now hands and keep this position. He's pressuring. It's going to be a lot of work for Hooker to get.
He's an expert in this position. He has the grappling advantage.
Hooker's got to get that.
Oh, he's going to slide in and that went over.
It's not all the way in, but he's switching to it. He's got to keep that thumb in his.
All right, that's 4 rounds. Those judges have a thankless job, don't they? Round, we'll see who emerges as the bona fide lightweight contender here. The numbers pretty even. The accuracy.
I mean, to this point, I would say in this 5th round, wouldn't you say, Mike?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't been scoring it round by round, but I would say both guys could get a finish. They're both injured. They're both tired. They're both beaten, covered in blood.
Nice left hand by Poirier.
For Hooker, 2nd round for Hooker, and then 2 big rounds for Poirier.
Have it.
Speed, sharpness.
Hooker trying to pick his spots. Already has a career best in the UFC, 3 takedowns secured.
He's looking tired. Sometimes if you see your opponent so tight, you don't want to stop, even if it is a
jab on point again.
Step outside with
He's got to put something behind it, though. The jab's finding the target.
What's in the 5th round is just the defense. I mean, Poirier's defense looks a little edge better. He's not eating quite.
And Hooker.
Oh!
Yeah, that one hurt. Up too.
We appreciate Fat Joe chiming in, says it's the final 2.5 minutes. Sizable late in this fight.
Now, does he go for the guillotine or does he defend? And he defends this time.
He needs
not defense or guillotine. And he's trying for the
side and try and suck his legs out and get back to his feet, which is exactly what he did. Try and not give up. And look. But he was going to jump down for the guillotine again.
Smart move by Poirier, I believe, to just defend right now. He's trying
to push down on that head. Yep. Going to turn the other way now. Telling Hooker to switch off to a single, let go of the double, grab the one leg. Problem is no neck.
Final minute of this epic lightweight main event. Seemingly anybody's fight. Nice short uppercut from Poirier. Tie clinch here for Dan Hooker.
Nice. Chucked it out. Huge. Now, crank that neck and just make it miserable.
Now left hand, score some shots, score some points, and send the message to the judges.
Guys, stand up and applause on
What
that
a
one.
fight.
Oh
I think I speak for all the fans around the world.